Hi everyone, and welcome to Brook Valley Life. If you're here for the first time, hello, and if you're coming back, hello. Today it's going to be talking about archery again, and what I would like to talk about today is what tools do you carry with you in case something goes wrong, because not everyone's going to carry a full toolbox with them to fix any little thing that goes wrong. What I'm hoping to show you today is the basic tools that it's advisable to carry, and if you do, you should be able to get out of any sticky situation. So I hope you enjoy and stay with me. So hello to everyone and welcome back to the channel, or hello for the first time, as I've said already. So tools that you're going to carry. Now, the first one we're going to talk about isn't really a tool, but it is. It's something you don't shoot with, but it's something you use when you put the bow together. And that is your bow stringer. Now, you will see people online, maybe at a local club, who've been shooting for a long time, and they put the bow around their leg and slide the string on, by just pushing against it. Now, that isn't a really good idea. One, if something goes wrong, something can ping off and it can go everywhere. You can damage your limbs, actually. In fact, I was watching Jake Kaminsky yesterday, one of his new videos, and he actually did that. But he has said before you should really use a bow sling just to string your bow. A bow stringer, let me get it right, a bow stringer to string your bow. It's a lot safer and it's a lot easier to do, especially for us intermediate beginners, you name it, not the elite guys, because if you're an elite guy watching this, hello. Yeah, a bow stringer, make it nice and safe, and they come in many different forms. This is a canvas one. This is the first one I ever bought, and I don't need to buy another one. This is fantastic. This is now, crikey, about 12, 13 years old. Canvas, it's very strong. Can't get knots in it. It's the end, it's well made as well. The end that goes over your limb tip, fantastic. And this bit that goes over the other limb and slides up and down. Again, it's got rubber one side, which is still in very good condition in there, and it's big enough to slide over any limb. So always use a bow stringer for safety. Yep, especially new guys, don't try and put it on like that. One, you can twist your limb, damage something, and you don't want to do that, especially when the equipment nowadays is thousands of dollars, even for just an intermediate kit. And if you break something when you're at a competition, do you have a backup? Not usually. So bow string. Now, the next tool I would say you should always carry with you is this. This is your bow square. Now, this is a T square, comes in an L square as well, does exactly the same thing. So what is it? Well, it's a piece of aluminium. It could be plastic. I know some people were beginning to 3D print them, and it's got two little clips here, you can see, right, that can clip onto your string. On this side, hopefully you can see, yeah, I've got a set of graduations and they're millimeters. However, on this side I've got a set of graduations and it's in inches, so you can use both. So no matter where you are from in the world, be it America, Europe, Far East, or where I am down in New Zealand, Australia, yeah, you can work out how you want to set your bow, because there's many things you're going to measure. Why would you want to? Well, you may want to check your brace height. Your string might stretch, for one. It might be a hot day, cold day, and for some reason your brace height has changed, or you unstrung your bow, some twists have come out of your string, you've put it back on, you haven't realized. You can actually check it quite easily and readjust to what you know, because when you're training, you get your bow just how you like it, the brace height, the tiller, all stuff like that, and you can actually measure it, write it down, and then check it. Vital for anyone who wants to do competition and shoot well. So what are we going to be checking? Well, I've got a bow here, yeah, and the brace height. We're talking the distance between here, which is your handle, throw to the handle, and I believe it's usually also from your button to the string. The way I measure mine, I get the T square or L square, I place this back end into the lowest part, take it up and read off, and this is showing me it is 23.3 millimeters, or I think that's 9 1/4. Yeah, I've been brought up with both ways of checking millimeters and inches, so I now use millimeters for all of my stuff. It just comes easier, and fractions I can't get in my head. Yeah, I'm an engineer and I hate using fractions, so I always use millimeters. Sorry everyone in America who's watching this. So that is your brace height, and you can increase it, decrease it. Your bow will have a range that the brace height can be, and it will affect how your bow shoots and how it sounds and how it feels, and you need to adjust and just check in that range and find out which you find best. Yeah, as I said, I find mine usually at the higher end, so I'm anywhere between 23 and 24 millimeters, or that's going to be 9 1/4 to 9 1/2 inches, around there anyway. You may also want to check your tiller. That's the distance from where the limb goes in against the riser, 90 degrees to the string. And again, you're going to do exactly the same thing and read off. This one is showing 19.1 at the top. You won't be able to see down here. And it's showing 18.9 at the top. So I'm a bit positive at the top. I usually run my bows actually neutral. That's how I like to shoot. So they're the same, but this one's slightly different. And to change it, all I'm going to do, or if I was going to change it, all I would do is either take your limb bolt in and out at one end so you can get what you want. And again, you're going to do this during practice and training, so you can write it down what you like, and when you come to the day you're going to shoot, you can put your bow together, you take a quick set of readings, and you know everything's going to be okay. And of course, the other one you want to know is your knocking point. Yeah, where is it on the string? Has it moved? Yeah, because sometimes they do move. How do I check mine? Well, I get my bow square again, clip it onto the string, clip. Then I bring it up and bring it down so it's sitting just on the arrow rest itself, the bottom edge on the arrow rest. And then I come here and I read off where my knocking point is. And this knocking point on this bow at the moment, this is one I've just put together, it is spot on, the low one, in the middle. Yeah, so it's in line all the way across. There's no difference. You usually run about 1/4 up, so slightly higher at the back end. That's what I've read in books and seen online and all these type of things. But again, you may want to adjust this up and down, test it, and find out what shoots best for you. So there's our bow square. This one, just put my bow down. This one's made from aluminium, so it's quite hard, or aluminum, sorry, for us, for the Americans here. And yeah, pretty good. Don't usually break it, but I always carry one in my bag, and I always have one in my quiver as well, just in case something goes wrong, and I can quickly just, yep, that's okay. So, bow square, yeah, must have. Now the next tools, I've only got 2 more things to show you actually. So as you can see, it's not a lot to carry. However, these next tools are a must as well, a bit like the bow square. In case something comes loose on your bow, you need something to do it up. And you'll notice that on most bows, everything is an Allen headed bolt. So you need a set of Allen keys, or Allen wrenches, whatever you want to call them. I've always known them as Allen keys. Now these are quite good because there's some quite big ones and quite small ones, and they cover virtually everything on the bow. There are one or two bits that aren't on these ones, and instead of carrying a whole pack around with you, I carry these two. You may wonder why they're two different colors, and it's pretty simple. One's metric, one's imperial. Yeah, because the stuff you put on your bow, you know where it's come from. My bow there is a Hoyt American. It's going to be imperial. My button is Japanese, Shibuya. I think it's Japanese anyway. Metric. My sight is a Sherlock. I believe is American. Again, it's going to be imperial. Any other stuff? Not sure. The limbs are my bow, which is British, and again that's going to be metric. So there's lots of different things out there. I have Uka limbs on my other bow. They're French, so everything's going to be metric with that as well. So both. You can change your limb bolts or you can move them in and out. If they come loose, you can tighten them. What else is there? If your button comes loose, you can tighten it up, and yeah. If your sight comes loose, you can tighten it. Not a lot else. You can use these to help you tighten your stabilizer as well, because you find one of these, it will fit into the hole on your stabilizer, and you can give it a quick eat. So a bit more force to lock it up so it doesn't come loose again. So Allen keys or Allen headed wrenches is another must you should carry with you, just in case something comes loose and you can tighten it up. Now, the only other tool I would say to carry is a multi-tool. What do I mean by multi-tool? Well, I've got this pouch here, and hopefully you can see what it says on there. Leatherman, Gerber, you name it. There's lots out there now. I like this one because it's black, stealthy. It's called the Charge, and it's got everything I need on there. It's got a set of pliers, so if I have to do up a bolt really quickly, yeah, I can. It's not as good as using the correct tool, so a spanner or a wrench or whatever you want to call them, but in a pinch this will get it done up tight. These are good. It has knife, so if I do have a wayward shot and it goes into the target, I can have a quick dig out to try and get my arrow out. Yes, it has happened before. Windy weather. Yep, it's got another knife there, and on this side it has a file. Why would I want a file? Well, especially when I'm training, I hit knocks off and I use pin knocks, and the pins sometimes get damaged. Now, what I usually do is, if the pin is not fully off, sweet, I can put one on, but usually you'll notice that there's been a gouge taken out the pin. And what I do is just file it down quickly so I can get the knock on again, instead of having to heat it up, take the pin out, put a new pin on. If I need that arrow for any reason during that shoot, I've got it there ready to go again. I've never had any issue with arrows not shooting straight after hitting a knockoff. It could just be me, so, but that's what I do. What else is there on here? It also has a point for, or places for, here we go, just here, just there. That is an Allen wrench. That there is a small screwdriver. On the other side I have another point where I can put in Allen headed wrench or screwdriver tips, because this thing comes with a set, hopefully you can see that, of bits that will fit in there, and they're double-ended. Yeah, great. And also in here I have a spare Allen key. Now this is for I think this is for the button, because it's a small, extra small one, and I don't have it on my set there, so I just stick it in there. It's out the way, pretty good, and yeah, I've got everything I need then. Oops, a daisy, put that away. Yeah, keep that in my quiver, That's sitting in the back as well. This is in one of the pockets. Yep. And I've still got room for a full set of, I have a little bag with some nocks in, and I usually carry at least 12 spare nocks just in case. I have my monocular for scoping. I don't like using scopes, but that's another thing. And I also have a rangefinder. So I've got room for all of that in my quiver. So, and another thing I'll do, another video I'll do, is I'll show everyone what I actually carry on the line when I'm shooting. But tools wise, if you can carry these with you, yeah, bow square, Allen headed keys, and a multi-tool with a knife or anything like that on it, something like this, you'll be able to do, or to rectify any fault that comes along. Also, always remember to use your bow stringer. Yeah, you don't want to damage anything, especially yourself or your precious bow that's cost you thousands of dollars. Yep. So there we go. So that is the video on what tools would be really clever to carry when you're shooting, especially at a competition. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please hit that like button that's somewhere down here. Hit the subscribe, which is, I believe, somewhere over there. Maybe over there, I don't know. And the bell notification just to let you know when I put up another video. Now, before we disappear, one of my subscribers out there has said it would be really, really good if you did something funny in the video. Now, I think his type of funny is chopping a finger off, which isn't going to happen. But also he said, you're great at dad jokes at work. Why don't you do them on there? Well, he didn't say I'm great. He just said, oh, dad jokes. So, thought we'd do one. And so, give me 2 seconds. I will go and get my dad joke, and we'll do it for the end. So, here we go. Hope you like it. I'm afraid for the calendar. Its days are numbered. Yep, that's how bad they are, and that's how bad they'll be, and they could get a lot worse than that. Hope you've enjoyed it. So I will catch you next time. Bye bye.